look for the approval of the minutes of our April 17th, May 20th, and May 23rd meetings, which have been made part of your packets.
Motion to approve those minutes as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We have very detailed minutes available, and if there are any additions, deletions, or corrections, you'll hear them now. If not, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved. Now turn it over to Sean and Joy for the, if you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Sure. Sean Grasher, Director of Elections.
Joy Scarbrough, Deputy Director.
Okay, and then we'll start with the ballots.
We'll start with, we have our ballots here. I left a paper copy and gave you electronic copies in advance. They've been out for public feedback for about 2 full weeks. We got a little bit of feedback that was very helpful. We are ready to roll, so this is the last step except for logic and accuracy testing. So,
Can you give the dates for that?
it'll be Monday the 29th will begin logic and accuracy testing.
September 29th.
Or, yes, yeah.
And then that would get the
ballots would go out, traditionally in Lebanon County, we go out the last day of logic and accuracy testing or the Monday following.
okay, and that would be what you're planning this
Yes.
time around.
Yep,
Okay.
that'll be 4 weeks ahead of the election.
Very good, thank you.
So we need approval on the ballot presented.
I'll make a motion to approve that ballot as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the ballots for the upcoming election. Any questions or comments? Yes?
The minor
Would you
changes,
introduce yourself?
Faith Bucks, South Londonderry Township. The minor changes that were addressed or given to you, Sean, how do we know that they were done? I guess, were they put out again?
Yes,
yeah,
immediately,
Were able to look
every
at
day
it?
I put out an updated
Okay.
version of the ballot.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, anything else? Not all in favor of that motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same signs, so voted.
Okay. The next thing I have for you is with the approval of the ballot and then the completion of logic and accuracy testing, that will put us out about the first week of October for actual mail drop. And we've been going for the ballot drop-off point in the parking lot. We've been going 1 week post-mail. The week following mailing is when we set that up, and we've been going election to election on that. So I would ask for approval for deploying the drop-off point, because that will be before the next Board of Elections
And
meeting.
the exact date do you have?
That would be, forgive me. I had it in my head until you asked me. That would be, let's see, the 29th. That would be the week, Monday the 13th, so it would be Monday the 14th after Columbus Day.
10,
That would be 1 week, 1 full week after the ballots have been mailed.
November. October 14th. Okay. I will make a motion to set up the drop box and open it for October 14th, 2025.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions regarding this motion? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved.
And in discussing this with our county solicitor, something to consider would be that moving forward, would the commissioners be comfortable in passing a motion in continuing to deploy the drop box a full week, the full following week after ballots have been deployed?
I would make that motion.
Well, I'm not understanding why.
So every election, we vote on the same resolution and pass the same resolution. It's always the week following the mailing of ballots.
You're
we
just
always
saying
put
just
up-
standardize this to.
Could we just standardize it and have that moving forward? We could always revisit it if need be,
Yeah.
but then that would simplify things. a
Yeah,
little
just
bit.
having a standing authorization by the election board so that it's always, the date in which we begin the drop-off point in the parking lot is always 1 week.
The week
after.
following
Yeah,
the mailing of ballots.
whenever they're mailed out. Typically, it's the
And
last
it's always
week of
gonna be
September.
about the same, about 3 weeks, about, but
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions regarding this motion? As was mentioned, we can always revisit it if we decide at some point to change the either schedule or the idea of it. So the motion is to standardize it, as has been mentioned. If not, no comments, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
No same sign, so moved.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I have some general updates for you then. And Jamie was able to join us today. She is out for a couple of days. We'll be in October presenting some work that she's been doing regarding student poll workers. There's some very exciting things that she's had on her plate. So I'll let her present that when we come back in a month. In the meantime, update on the Shore deployment, which is our upgrade of our database, is that we're looking for first quarter 2027 on the rollout of that database upgrade. It can't happen soon enough, so we'll hope, cross our fingers that happens. So that's first quarter 2027. This is completely outside of our county. Except for feedback on conference calls, we have no impact on this. So hope the state stays on schedule. Poll worker challenges. We did lose a lot of poll workers this time around, but the seats have already been filled. I suspect that we may have people that know that their time is up and may have mistakenly quit an election early, thinking that this was the end of the road for them. So we have re-recruited them or filled the spots where we've had to. And we are, as far as I know, as of today, we are short a few, but we should be able to plug those holes.
What is I don't understand why they think their time is up.
Yeah, I don't know either. We've been pretty careful about explaining they go through the end of this year, but even in the spring.
If I could stop you, you mean they were on the ballot in the spring, and they thought,
Right.
they may think that after that they were finished?
Correct. We even had this problem in the spring.
Or the position was on the ballot.
The position's on the ballot.
Now I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So in the spring, we were having to chase down people who thought, well, I thought my time was up here, and but yeah, we're still doing that.
Okay.
So then the LNA is logic and accuracy testing. We'll do that week of the 29th. We had to push that back 1 week, but we're still overall on schedule, so that shouldn't impact us much.
And again, I'd like to be very clear, the 29th of
September.
Mm-hmm.
October would be pushing us way back.
We'd probably get some calls.
Yeah, that would go noticed. And finally, we have added a sub-page to our department page for campaign finance and for candidates to use as a reference point. It is pretty bare bones as of right now, but there's some good information on there. We have an instructional video. We have some guidelines on filling out the paperwork. Very basic, nothing that crosses any legal guidelines, solicitor. Just very dates, and these are the forms to use. And I'd like to continue to work on that in the next year to make it more robust and more useful. So before we get to the next municipal cycle, we'll have some better information out there. That is up if you want to see it. It's linked on our main department homepage. And we have been Joy's been working very hard for the last year evaluating polling places, all of our existing ones, and she's done some really incredible work. And there were some sites that, because of turnover of ownership and a variety of other reasons, that we had to consider possibly moving in the future, but we didn't want to do any mid-cycle. However, one has forced our hand. You want to?
Kim Rooks.
Yes. The North Lebanon East Precinct, located at the formerly known as Blue Max Bingo Hall, was sold in July. I believe it was July of this year. We asked the new owners if they could continue being there. We've had no real response from them. We've looked at 8 other places, and it appears the best solution for that is to move North Lebanon East Precinct to Caroline's Grange on 990 Mount Zion Road.
So before a motion is made, my feedback would be that we have connected.
Yeah, if I can elaborate, there were several written notices that went out from the election office. I called the new entity that owns, it's a religious entity. I was able to speak to somebody on Tuesday who indicated that he was going to speak to the rest of his congregation and see if this is something that they are comfortable with us using the property for moving forward. We did express that it seems to be a good polling location, it was in use for several years, but we also respect that it's now their property, and they can certainly do with their property what they want to do with it. And he did indicate that there may be some opposition, so in an effort to plan accordingly, this is why the alternative option of Kimberly's Grange is being presented, because there are certain notice requirements that have to be given with sufficient time to notify the voters that there has been a change in their polling location.
Yeah. So we would ask that if a motion were made, that it would be framed in that our hope is that we can stay at Blue Max Bingo Hall. It's an excellent location, but in light of what could be this afternoon or tomorrow, they coming back with a rejection, that we would approve moving forward with this as an alternate site.
What, would you prefer that the motion have a deadline, that if not by, the end of the day tomorrow, then?
By the end of next week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's.
I think that's, to meet our letters deadlines.
Yeah, it's about 30 days or so for the notice requirements, so maybe end of next week would be a good deadline.
I'll make a motion to approve the changing of the 27 East North Lebanon polling location to plan to move it to Kimberly's Grange if we do not formalize the approval of the new owners of the former Blue Max Bingo Hall by the end of next week.
And I will
Friday.
second that motion if that's sufficient.
26.
Yeah, the dates should be in there.
Okay. You all clear on the motion, what we're trying to accomplish here? Any comments or questions regarding this motion? Good work, thank you. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
And finally, we have our EIGP funds have come back in and have been deposited. Those funds are a fantastic resource for us. The intent of the funds is for capital investment in elections and other expenses that would arise out of elections. For instance, the 100% printing of ballots that we've been at for a little while now, this still offsets that. Large number of additional mailings that are going out that didn't have to be before Act 77. I would ask that we have approval on use of those funds for a new letter opener. Or a letter folder. We did purchase one about a little over 2 years ago. We got about 5 elections out of it. It was recommended to us by a vendor who said it was perfect for our needs. We use heavy duty ID cards and things like that are a little too thick for a normal letter folder. It lasted only about 5 elections and died, and it has been discontinued and the parts are unavailable for the old machine. So we are going with a new vendor and a more modern machine that is designed to do both letter folding and ID cards specifically. So we would ask for the funds be applied to that.
Dollar amount?
$18,750.
I will make a motion for $18,750 to buy a good letter folder.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, and I'm hoping this would entice Joy to stay getting the folder.
We already told her it'd be named in her honor.
If that's enough. Yes, we'll put a plate on it. Any questions regarding this motion?
Could you just clarify for the followers, EIG is election integrity?
Grant, yes. Election integrity grant, yes.
All in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved.
And that's all we have for you.
Thank you both for your excellent
Before
work.
we adjourn, I just want to, wish you well. Your family's moving to Texas, is it?
We've had a home in Texas, and my husband's family is there.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you for extending your time with our office, because you could have gone by. And thank you for sticking around for this election cycle and for all your work in the voter registration office. I think the highest compliment we can pay you is that you're going to be hard to replace.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, and I will greatly miss
Yeah.
being part of this courthouse.
We will miss you.
Thank you very much. Okay, anything from the floor? There being no further business to go before the election board, I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we stand adjourned. Thank you.